Okay, we'll begin class. Alright. So, as I told you, today we will discuss one simple problem that might come in designing or tuning of PID parameters. So, already we have discussed what are the three important types of controllers. What are the three types of controllers that we are having? One is proportional controller, and the other one is integral controller and derivative controller, and all are having their own features. Proportional controller, it will be giving you a constant steady state error, but it will be giving you a fast rise time. Integral controller, it will be resulting in eliminating the steady state error, so it is very famous, but it will make the transient response worse. And derivative control, if you see, it is not directly acting on the error, but it will be anticipating the error because it is acting on the rate of change of error. So it will be anticipating the error, and accordingly it will control, it will give control action, but it will reduce overshoot, but it is not actually used alone. It is used in combination with P and I. We have seen all those things in earlier class. Okay. Now, one more thing you need to know. This table that I am showing, all are able to see this table now. Are you able to see the table? What will happen to rise time, overshoot, settling time, steady state error when you are having some changes being made to the proportional gain constant, integral gain constant, and derivative gain constant? What will happen to the rise time, overshoot, settling time, steady state error? These questions may come in MCQs. So you have a close watch on this table. This table is very, very important. Okay, this material I will forward it today, but you have to have a detailed study of this table so that you will be able to write some 2 mark questions. Okay, some 2 or 3 marks questions will come. Okay, what if you are increasing the proportional gain? What will happen to the rise time? What will happen to the overshoot? What will happen to the settling time? What will happen to the steady state error? They might ask. Okay, so keep a close watch on this table. Now we will move on to designing a PID controller. Okay, PID controller design, we will see. A design in the sense you are going to fix up the parameters of the proportional gain constant, integral time constant, and integral derivative, sorry, derivative time constant. These three you are going to fix up. Okay, that is what is meant by designing of PID controllers. So somebody should tell me what is the equation for transfer function of a PID controller. I think day before yesterday we have discussed PID controller in class. So tell me what is the equation. KP into KP
K
divided by
1 plus TDS plus 1 by
TDS
TS.
plus Kp into TDS. Okay, this is the equation that you usually get for a PID controller. This is your proportional gain constant, this is your integral time constant, and this is your derivative time constant. So you need to fix up these three values if you want to do design a PID controller. For that, one famous method and almost familiar method that is used by all the designers is there. The name of the method is Zeiger-Nichols tuning method. The Zeiger-Nichols tuning method. There are two methods under it. First one, by using the step response, they will do the design, or by frequency response, they will do the design. Okay, there are two methods, first method and second method. So both methods we are going to discuss today. And sometimes problems come from this part. Okay, again there are two tabular columns. In the tabular column, you have to memorize that there will be some set formulae for calculating Kp, Ti, TDS, and you have to substitute that in the controller, and you have to design the controller. Okay, that's a type of problems may come. So the name of the tuning method is Zeiger-Nichols tuning method, and there are two methods under it. One is, first method is using step response of the system. Second method is by using frequency response. Okay, so we will discuss those methods. Let it load. It's taking a long time to load. Ma'am, class. 9, 9:15. அவன் விஜய் லேட்டா போனா போல என்னாலதான். சரி விடுங்க, அவன் தான் சொல்லிட்டே இருக்கான்ல 4:15 கூட்டிடுவேன்னு, அதனால நான் வேகமா வந்து பேக் எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டேன். அவன் உங்களால நீங்க எனக்காக சொன்னதால அவன் 6 மணி வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணா போல. பாவம். ஆமா, அவன் எப்பவுமே யூஸ்வலா கூட்டிடுறான்ல சீக்கிரமா, அதனால. அவன் எங்கேயோ போயிருக்காங்கன்னு சொல்லி நான் ஏதோ வேலையை பண்ணிட்டேன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவன் வரவே இல்லை போல திரும்பி. 6 மணி வரைக்கும் வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டே இருந்தான் போல. எனக்கு அவன் சொன்னான், அவன் எப்பவுமே சொல்லுவான்ல மேம் 4 மணிக்கெல்லாம் சீக்கிரம் போயிடுவேன், நான் வேகமா வந்து பேக் எடுத்துட்டு போயிட்டேன். சரி, நான் கதை பேசிட்டே இருக்கேன். சரி, ஓகே. So continuing with the class, so this is the PID control plant. Okay, so this is your existing system that you are having, G of S. So to which you are adding up the controller, that is a PID controller that you are adding up. So this is the equation that I have just wrote. Kp is your proportional gain, and Td is your derivative time constant, and Ta is your integral time constant. Now there are two methods I told you. First method, if you know the mathematical model, okay, system is there. If you are able to derive the mathematical model for that system, okay, mathematical model in the sense, suppose if you are able to derive the transfer function, if it is existing in the system, then one first method you can use. Okay, suppose if you are not able to develop the mathematical model, some mathematical expression for the system, if you are not able to develop, then you will be using some trial and error method. So there are two methods as I told you, step response method and frequency response method. Now this diagram you have to see. Okay, again I am telling you, this is your plant, that is existing system. Okay, to which in series you are adding that controller to obtain the desired specification. This controller is your PID controller, and you are going to design Kp, Td and Ta factors. Okay. So first method. First method is step response method, but there is one condition for applying that method. That the condition is that system should not have any pole that is located at origin. Okay, no integrator. That is 1/s factor should not be there. Plus the imaginary axis root should not be there. Okay, if this is the case, then using the first method you can do the tuning. Okay, again I am telling you, there are some rules for using the first methods. First method is if you are not having any integrated term in the formula for GS, and plus no complex roots or imaginary roots should not be present. Okay, only in these cases you can go for the use of the first method, that is step response method. Alright, so first let us discuss how to do the designing using this step response method. So this is the first method of tuning. As I told you, the plan should not involve neither integrator, dominant, complex, conjugate poles. So these roots should not be present. Pole should not be of this nature. Then only you can use this particular method. So the procedure is, if this is a system, you are applying what input here. I told you this is step response method. So what input should be given to obtain step response? What are the various standard test signals that you are having? Answer should come from your side. What are the various input test signals?
RAM,
Yes,
parabolic,
ramp, parabolic,
impulse,
impulse, and what input is this? See to the graphical representation. What type of input?
step.
Step. So you are giving a step input to the existing plant, and you are obtaining the response. So this is your step response. And if you see to the curve will be like this. It is S-shaped curve. So if this is the case, then you can go for the use of the first method, that is called as your step response method. Understood the first method criteria? When can you use the first method? Under what condition? The plant should not have what sort of poles? See, you want me to go slow, then accordingly you should be trying to give some response. I have been telling you this point for two, three times. The plant should not involve integrator. It should not involve dominant complex poles. Then only you can use this method. What is the name of the method? If you are not able to respond, if you are not going to respond, then I will go fast. What is the use of stopping to get you whether you understand or not?
Conjugate poles.
Yes, complex conjugate pole. So what is the input that you are giving? What is the name of the method?
Unit step we are giving input.
Yes, step input you will give and you will observe the response. The response's nature
S
should be S-shaped. Okay, then
S
only you can proceed with the method. So let us check it out. So this is my S-shaped curve. So if you observe the response, just I will draw one tangent line like this. Okay, one tangent line I will draw. Okay, and from that you will be observing two parameters from the output graph. From the step response I will be observing two parameters. So what are the two parameters that I am observing? Just to that curve I am drawing one tangent. Okay, you know what is the meaning of a tangent. Okay, so the tangent line I will be drawing in such a way that it touches the S-shaped curve. Then I will, from that tangent intersecting the S-shaped curve, I will be finding out 2 points, that is L and T. So what does L and T represent? I have circled no.
Yes, ma'am. And
Delay time and
time constant.
time constant. So what is delay time? This time is your L is your what time? This intersection point is your what time? L represents your what?
De delay time, ma'am.
Delay time. So this point intersection represents your what? Time constant. So these two
Constant.
you will be observing from that step response curve that you are obtaining from that system. From that curve only you will draw the tangent line and you will observe these two markers. Okay. Then there is a standard tabular column. Okay, this table you should not forget. Very, very, very important tabular column. With this tabular column only you will be able to design P controller or PID or PI controller. So you have just observed L and T. That L and T value you are going to substitute in places here. Okay, then you will be able to get proportional gain value and integral time constant and derivative time constant. Very easy procedure, but in order to do that you have to memorize this tabular column. This is as per first method, also called the step response method. So in that step response method you are going to apply the step input to the existing system. You will observe the S-shaped response. In that S-shaped response, you will cut a tangent line from which you will be observing what is the delay time and what is the time constant. You, after calculating that or after making that estimation, you will substitute those two values in these formulae and you will be designing the PE, PI or PID controller. Suppose if you want to design a PI controller, then in that case there is no derivative time constant. Okay, so you will be using these two formula only. This value will be 0. Suppose if you are using a P controller, then this value will be infinity because 1 by Ta, so it will become 0 again. So only T by L is necessary. So if you are designing a P controller means only Kp will come. If you are going to design a Pi controller means Kp into 1 plus 1 by TIS will come. If you are going to design a PID controller means Kp into 1 plus 1 by TIS plus TDS will come. So in this formula you are going to substitute all these values. You will be able to design the PID controller in an easy way. So this is what method? What is the name of the method? Zeiger-Nichols tuning first method, step response method. Okay, and this way you will be able to design PID or PI as P controller. Next method, as I told you, this is the transfer function for what controller? What controller?
PID.
PID controller.
PID.
PID controller.
PID,
So
ma'am.
you are using KP formula, TA formula. From the tabular column only you are using this and you are designing the controller. Okay. So this is how you will be using doing the problem solution. But for that you have to remember the tabular column, very very important. Then next method of tuning rule. Okay, this is frequency response method. For this method, first you will begin with KP alone. Okay, you are designing PID controller only, but for that you will be needing only proportional gain. Initially, you will set this value only. At 1 you will initially set, but the other factors, you know that it is KP 1 plus 1 by TIS plus TDS. So what are you keeping as TI? What value are you setting for TI? What value are you setting for TI?
Infinity.
Infinity. So if you substitute infinity here, what will happen to this entire term?
0.
1, 0. So this factor will not be there. Again, TD,
Zero.
what value are you substituting?
Zero.
0. So
Zero.
this factor will not be there. So initial startup will be with the proportional controller only. So this value you fix up at 1. Okay. Then you will slowly vary the KP value. KP value will slowly vary from 1, and you will observe at what point the system starts to oscillate. Okay, you will vary this kp value from 1 or 0, then you will observe at what value it becomes oscillatory in nature, the output. Okay, output, this is your output. At what condition it starts to oscillate, it will observe. At that point you will stop fixing the kp value. Now it will become a critical value where the output is oscillating. So now kp should be substituted as kcr. Understood what you are supposed to do for the second method? Second method, what will you do?
Ma'am,
Ma'am is not the answer. Okay, what will you do for the second method of tuning?
and Ti tends to infinity. TD
Hmm.
equals to zero.
Then you will start varying Kp from 0, and when will you stop?
KP.
When KP is equal to
When
When the output starts to
when
oscillate slowly, that time will
oscillate.
stop, and that point Kp will be equal to the critical value of the proportional gain, that is Kcr. Okay, at that time you will stop. You will observe what is the Kcr value. So this is where that output starts to oscillate. Okay, and then you will observe PCR. PCR is a period of one cycle. Okay, PCR is the period of one cycle that you will observe, plus KCR you will note down. So these values are necessary for fixing up KP, TI, TD in this case. This is second method or first method?
Second method.
Second method. So here the different formulae you are going to use. This is the second method. So what are the values that are necessary for fixing up KP, TI, TD here? You can easily see from the table what values are necessary. Two values are necessary. No, in the previous method you are wanting to know what is L and T. Like that here you are using what two values?
And KCR and PCR.
Yes, KCR and PCR. So what is KCR and what is PCR? KCR is the value of KP
critical
that you are
gain.
varying at which the output starts to oscillate. Then what is PCR? PCR
Critical
is the
period.
period. Okay, period of that sustained oscillation, one cycle. Okay, that you substitute here, then you will be easily able to design the PID controller. That's all. But the thing is, you have to remember how many tabular columns were this. How many tables are important? First method, one table.
Two
Second
tables.
method, one table. First method, L and T you
One
should
table.
know. Second method, you should know KCR and PCR. Okay, very easy method. Now let us so this is again how you are designing a PID controller. Just you will go substitute KCR, PCR as per the table, and you will be able to design the PID controller. Okay, now let us see to how the problem solution happens. So here they have given one problem. So this is your problem. So what is the system? Existing plant here. What is the plant here?
PID
One
control.
upon S into S plus 1.
This is G of S, that is your existing system or plant in general. What is the transfer function of the plant? 1 divided by.
S into S plus 1, S plus 5.
So,
S into
what
S
method
plus
will you use for this case? First method or second method, which will you be able to use? I have told you that at one condition only you will be able to employ the first method now. What condition is that?
1. Step
The
into
poles should be first method. If you want to use, that is step response, there is a condition that no integrator term should be there. No complex conjugate poles should be there.
No
So if you
conjugate
observe to
force.
the
oh,
system, are there any poles on
um,
origin or complex imaginary roots present?
No, ma'am.
No. No,
No.
ma'am.
You observe
ma'am,
the
but
equation again.
when
There is
ma'am,
a
one
S term there. Okay, so S where the poles are located, that is an integrator, 1 by S. That is an integrated term. Where the poles are located for that S term? S to the power 0 means where the poles will be located?
Infinity.
0, ma'am.
Infinity, yeah? Very good.
Ma'am,
S to
0,
the
0,
power 0, S is equal to 0, S is equal to minus 1, S is equal to minus 5. These are the poles. So one pole is located at origin.
0.
That is a
Origin.
singular point. So you cannot use this first method or you can use. Will you be able to use the first method or not? Whenever there is an integrated term, whenever there is a pole at origin, whenever there are complex imaginary poles, complex conjugate poles, you won't be able to use the first method. Fourth time I am telling you. So what method are you going to do the design? Use for designing.
And
First or second?
second method. Second
Second
method.
method. Okay. And one more thing. Okay, what is the controller that you are going to design? KP
PID
or
controller.
PI or PID? PID
PID.
controller.
PID control.
So what is the formula for it? KP into, tell me the formula.
1 plus
1 plus 1 by TAS plus
1
TDS. So what are
plus
the constants that you are,
TDS.
yes, what are the three factors that you are supposed to find out now? You need to know
KP,
KP,
PI, TD.
TI, then TD. You are going to use the second method. And you want to have, if you read to the statement, what they have asked you, how much percentage overshoot they have asked you to design. The system should have how much
25.
percent of overshoot? 25. So accordingly,
20.
you have to set up the controller. Controller, you want to set up 25% of overshoot they have told you. Okay, in order to achieve this condition, you need to design a PID controller they have told you. For that purpose only to the plant you are adding a controller in addition. Okay, now I think you have understood the problem statement. Now second method you are going to use. So how will you proceed with the second method? Tell me. Second method. You need to know what two parameters as per second method. L
In
and T or
PI
KC or
tends
PR.
to infinity.
You need to
KCR
know
and
L
KCR,
TD.
and T
PCR.
or KC or PCR.
Yes, KCR,
This is for
PCR.
first
KCR and
method. This is for
PCR.
second method. So you need to know what is the critical value of gain that you are going to set, at which the system will oscillate, and the corresponding period of oscillation you need to know. Okay, but you don't know the software. Okay, you have not simulated the set. You don't know the type of output that you will be having. Okay, you are not going to do this in software. Okay, so some mathematical procedure you have to follow to determine PCR and KCR. So how to do that I am telling you. So here they have did closed loop transfer function determination. Okay, so if you see to this system, this is a unity negative feedback system for which OLTF is this one, G of S. This is your GC of S. Both are connected in cascade, so you will multiply. And then this is a unity negative feedback system, so you will be forming 1 plus, what is the formula for determining CRTF? You want to obtain C of S divided by R of S, that is equivalent to what? What is the formula for eliminating a negative unity feedback path? G of s divided by 1 plus G of s.
Suppose
So what is your G of s? That is a product between these two. Okay. So that way, if you are doing the derivation for CLTF, okay, this is your CLTF that you are getting. Okay, this is your CLTF. I told you as per first method, initially you will be fixing up what value alone? You will be fixing up TA and TDS what value? Come on, there are three constants. You will fix up TD as 0. You will fix up TI as infinity. So both parameters will not be there. So what is the controller initial start? That will be having what? Alone.
KP.
KP alone. Okay. So going back to that system. So here you will be having only KP. Okay. So both blocks are in series. So we'll multiply KP divided by S into 1 plus S into S plus 5. You will do that. Divided by 1 plus Kp divided by S into 1 plus S into S plus 5 you will do, and you will determine CLTF. Okay, so the obtained CLTF is having what characteristic equation? You know the denominator polynomial is your characteristic equation. So what is your characteristic equation? For getting one
S cube
answer.
plus 6x.
So this denominator polynomial is your characteristic equation that you are expanding. You will be getting this as your characteristic equation. Okay. Now I want to find out the Kp that is equivalent to Kcr. So Kcr is the point where the output starts to oscillate. Okay. So when the system is becoming unstable, then only it will start to oscillate. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So
Yes,
by
ma'am.
Routh criterion, you are trying to solve for KCR. So you are fixing up Routh criterion. So if you are using Routh criterion, what are the first row and second row elements that you will be having observing the characteristic equation? 1, 5. Okay, so 1, 5. Then second row 6 and KP that you have written.
KP
Then what is the third row element that you will be having? Third row
30 minus KP by 6.
6 into 5 minus Kp into 1 divided by 6. So you will be getting 30 minus Kp divided by 6 as the third row element. Then fourth row, as usual, you are forming the Routh, okay, Routh array. Then under what condition the system will stable? How will you find out critical value of gain here? Whenever this first row element is equal to 0, okay, is equal to 0 means the first row will become 0. So there is a high chance the system will become oscillatory and unstable. Okay, so using that condition, tell me what is your Kp? What is your Kp? This should be equal to 0. Okay, this should be equal to 0. Alright, then only there will be instability in the system. So using this third row element, what is your Kp? 30
30
minus
man.
Kp is equal to 0. So Kp will be equivalent to 30. That is your what value now? Kc,
KCR.
Kcr. So at this point only the system will start to do what? Oscillate. Okay, so this is your critical value of gain. So critical value of gain you have found out. Next, what is the other unknown parameter that you have to set up? One more value, no. Then only you can use this tabular column. What is the other value that you need to know?
KCR.
PCR. Okay, so that is also unknown to you because you are not having any waveform. So you cannot calculate the period of oscillation. So that is another method that you can go for. So you know that this is your characteristic equation that you got. This is your characteristic equation that you got. In this Kp, you are going to substitute the critical value of gain, which you have just now found out, that is 30. Okay, that you will substitute. So you got in this equation. Now you have to substitute S is equal to j omega in this equation. You will equate the imaginary part to 0. Then you will find out omega. Okay, that is the value at which the oscillations will start. Okay, so if you do that, I have just substituted j omega in place of S, and I am finding out omega by equating the imaginary part. This is my imaginary part. Okay, so omega into 5 minus omega squared, I am equating it to 0 and I am finding out what is omega value. What is omega value that I have set up now? What is omega that is being found out?
Root 5.
5. Okay, now omega I know. So for calculating the period of oscillation, what is the formula? Omega just now I have found out. So what is the formula for period of oscillation?
2 pi by
What is
By
the
omega.
formula? Huh? 2 pi divided by omega. So omega just now you have found out. You substitute in the formula. This will give you the period of oscillation. So you found out what is KCR. You know what is PCR. Now what will you do? What will you do? You will go back to the table. You will go back to the table. Here what controller they have asked you to design? PA or PID or P? Which controller you are supposed to design?
PID.
PID. So what
PID.
is the formula for KP? Kp formula is 0.6 KCR. So what is
0.6.
KCR? 30. Okay, that you will substitute. And what is PCR that you got? That is 0.26 or something that you will substitute. And 0.125 you will substitute. Okay. Then after that, you have found out here. Same formula I have picked out and you have found out these three constant values. Then how to design the controller now? What is the formula? Tell me again. Kp into 1 plus 1 by
KP 1 plus
TIS
point
plus
Pi
TDS.
into S.
In these values you will substitute all and so the PID controller design is done. Okay. Next thing is you need to check what desired specification they have given you. What should be the value of the overshoot that you have to keep?
25%.
25. Okay. In the problem they have told you that you have to get 25% overshoot. That you have to check. Then only the design is satisfactory. Otherwise it is not satisfactory. So in order to achieve that they have written a small program. As I told you, this is your PID controller that you are designing. So this is your PID controller design that you got. That you will add up in place of that controller here. Then you will simulate MATLAB simulating program. You will correct. You will do coding. Okay. This coding part you will do and you will observe the step response. Okay. From the step response, if the overshoot is within 25%, then the design is okay. That they have did it. But for you, up to design part is enough. Okay, in problem, they will not ask you to do coding and all. So if you observe the step response, I think the overshoot is 25. So that is how the design is okay. Like that, they have finished the problem. But for you in university, they will not ask you to code and all. But you should know how to design the PID controller. Have you understood the part? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, wait for 2 minutes. Let me charge up my laptop. Okay, after that I will summarize and I will finish the class.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm no. Okay, people, we will wind up the class, but do remember that my battery is running low. So there are two tabular columns that you have to remember. So what are the tabular columns that you have to remember? What are the two methods? Just to summarize, and then I will close class. Come on, what are the two methods and what are the two parameters that you are supposed to calculate for first method and second method?
For first method, delay time and
Hmm.
time constant. Second method, PCR and KCR.
Okay, so you understood now what is the thing that you have to remember and memorize, the two tables you have to remember, okay, without which you cannot
Yes, ma'am.
solve the problem. Okay, with this we will wind up the class because my battery is running low, so I don't want to waste any time. The class is over. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, my all can leave.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
All can leave. Anybody else's doubt means you ask. Otherwise, all can leave. Somebody press the stop recording button in your desktop. Will you? இதுவும் போல